Hi boys and girls, this is Mr. Giumini, just with a little video on reminding you how to multiply by powers of 10. Remember the other day in your guided notes, you should have the steps. Remember step 1, identify the power of 10 and underline it. So we're looking for that exponent, and then we're going to underline the exponent. We're also going to look to see if the exponent is either positive or negative. That's going to be a big indicator as to how we move our decimal. The exponent tells you exactly how far to move and in which direction. So either right or left. Remember, we're not moving up or down, just left or right. If the exponent is positive, the other factor becomes larger. And if the exponent's negative, the other factor becomes smaller. Just remember our terminology here. There's my 10. We call that the base. And when we talk about the power, we're talking about the exponent, and it's 10. We would say this is 10 to the negative 6 power. Look at some examples. First example here, we have 3 and 45 hundredths times 10 to the negative second power. If I go back to my steps, remember, first thing, I'm going to underline the exponent. It's a negative 2. Now the 2 tells me how many spots I'm going to move my decimal point, which is right here. I'm going to move it 2. Now, remember, if it's a negative, the number is getting smaller. Now, if I moved it, right now my number is 3 and 45 hundredths. Let's say I thought I'd move it to the right. 1, 2. Now my decimal point's right here after the 5. That would be 345. And I'm asking myself, what's smaller? Did I make that number smaller? 3 and 45 hundredths became 345. No, it became larger. So because it's a negative exponent, I'm making that number smaller. So I move it 2 places now to the left. So 1, 2. There is no number here, so I'd fill in with a 0. So my answer would be 0 and 345, and that 5 would be in the 10 thousandths place. There you go. 0 and, I'm going to underline that 3, so it's tenths, hundredths, thousandths, 10 thousandths, so 345 10 thousandths. I look at the next one. I have 0 and 2,345 10 thousandths times 10 to the 7th. I underline my exponent. I see it's a positive 7 now, so I know this number is going to grow larger. I realize the further I go to the left, the smaller it's going to become, so I actually move it 7 places to the right. Well, if I move it 1, 2, 3, 4, I'm at the end of the 5. So I can just add 3 zeros at the end. So my answer will then give me 2,345,000, which again, exponent's positive. This number is much larger than this number, and I move that exponent, or decimal originally started here. I moved it 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. If I did that one. All right, next one. I have 1 and 7,894 10 thousandths times 10 to the negative 5th. Step 1, identify the exponent. It's a negative 5. It's negative. My number is going to get smaller. If I go from 1, if I move it 1 place to the right, that becomes a 1 to a 17. That's getting bigger, so I know I'm moving it to the left. So I move it 1. And now I'm going to move it 4 more spaces, so I'll probably need 4 zeros. 2, 3, 4, and 5. So my answer will be, and to look at it before I can tell you, let's see here, tenths, hundredths, thousands, 10 thousandths, 100 thousands, millions, 10 millions, 100 millions, billions. So I have 17,894 billions. It's an extremely small number. But look at the last example here. I have 10 to the third times 5, and let's see, tenths, hundreds, thousands, 10,000, 100,000, millions. 5 and 679,897 millions. All right, I'm going to time that times my exponent is 10 to the third. That's a positive exponent, so my number is going to get bigger. If I move it to the left, it's getting smaller. I move it to the right, 3 spots, 1, 2, and 3. My decimal would go right there, so it's going to be, let's see here, 5,679 and 897 thousandths. Let's take a look. There we go, 5,679 and 897 thousandths. Hope this helped you. Take care. Bye.